morning, freaks and geeks. We are giving you a different experience this evening for Saturday Night Nightmare.
Yes!
Tonight, we're actually going to see a live movie. Unfortunately, that means we can't, you won't be able to see our reactions, but we will definitely give you our review later. This movie is called The Cursed. I'm hearing amazing things about it. I heard it's heart racing, and
I heard nothing about it, but that's just me.
And I heard it's supposed to be terrifying.
I did hear that. Yes,
I couldn't resist. So on a school night.
Yes, on a school night on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022.
I wonder if the 222 is what the curse is. Maybe we're cursed.
Oh, we'll find out later.
Stay tuned.
Whoa.
2 hours later.
Yeah, indeed.
I don't know if I would say it's the most terrifying movie I've ever seen. Yeah. Definitely not. But it was pretty good.
I was about to say, I don't know who told you that one.
The trailers, you know all that what they do and shut it. No, it was pretty good. It was definitely spoilers going forward, so tune out if you want to see it yourself.
Yes.
Or if you don't care about that sort of thing, proceed.
Yes.
So it's definitely an interesting take on the werewolf legends. Romani travelers. I try not to use the G word because it is technically a racial slur.
Just in case you don't know what she's talking about, because most people don't.
The word gypsy.
There you go.
So the politically correct term is traveler.
Yes.
So the Romani curse, and interesting, like I had heard about that part, but I had thought that it was quite interesting that they went in that direction. The way they did the werewolves, though, was kind of neat. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, like I like how they used the 30 pieces of silver from Judas,
right?
Of all people, you know, to
both enable the curse and end it.
And I just thought that was an interesting twist, because they used the Judas thing with, remember that movie Dracula 2000?
Yes, they did.
Yes, which is so underrated. I love the storyline to that.
It's got a good soundtrack too.
Yeah, well, whatever. But Gerard Butler as basically fucking Judas, but he's a vampire. That's cool. But anyway, yeah, the whole using the 30 pieces of silver as the enabler and the basically the solution. End, yeah, the solution of everything was really cool. Mm-hmm. It all starts where they like put these symbols or runes or whatever on the teeth, they make them into teeth, and then they put them into these mandibles and shit like that. And
they were basically silver dentures.
Yeah, and like it all started when the kid Timmy.
Edward.
No.
Oh, Tim. Yeah, Timothy.
He brought all the kids over. He actually, I guess he was possessed to put them in his mouth, and then proceeded to bite Edward. And that's where the whole thing basically starts from there. And from that point forward, Edward was missing, but as Edward basically turned into this werewolf thing. Now the transformation, that was interesting.
That's what I was hoping you would go into, honestly. The way they did the werewolf.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
I know.
So shush. I got to go through the whole thing, because the whole thing is a part of that whole structure.
You skipped a big part of it anyway, but that's okay.
Hello,
darkness, my old friend.
So basically, the transformation of the werewolves is pretty interesting in this one because they like grow these vines. Well, first off, they go through the whole, got the fever and all this other stuff, and then the day after, they're gone. Like they just run off into the woods and whatnot, but they got these vines growing out of them.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That basically cocoons them into the werewolf.
That seemed to be what it was because it was almost like the werewolf grew around the person.
Right.
And then, like, they kill one of the werewolves and they open it up. And they don't kill this one with a silver bullet. They catch it in trap.
Yeah.
And they cut it open and reveal the girl that's inside of it. And she's like a zombie, basically. And she's, like, still got the vines growing out of her. And it almost looked like if they had left her alone... She
probably would have turned again.
Yeah, she would have become a wolf again. Also, they're not your traditional looking werewolves.
No.
They are much more humanoid. No hair.
Nope.
They keep a bit of their humanoid facial features, but everything is sort of like enhanced, kind of hulked out. And I
mean, I wouldn't say hulked out. If you slapped hair on them, they probably would look like traditional werewolves maybe, and gave them some ears because they had no ears.
Yeah, they didn't have any ears, and like I said, and they still sort of did the whole like looks like a human walking on their legs and hands kind of thing. Yeah, but then at the end, when they finally kill Edward, I guess because they kill him with a silver bullet, it kills the curse, and the boy inside is preserved. Like, he comes back to life like normal. So I guess because the silver killed the curse, he wasn't gonna turn again.
Right, but the silver, as we saw in the beginning, was stuck in him still.
Yes.
When he because in the beginning, it's like a flash forward in a way, even though it's was it 1917?
Yes,
World War I.
World War I.
And he was like a captain in the army. But then it flashes backwards 35 years in the past.
Right.
So
because he gets shot
Yeah.
during an attack at the Somme, and the surgeons are taking bullets out of him, and they pull the silver bullet out, which causes the flashback.
So, but I mean, again, I thought it was an interesting twist with the whole werewolf thing. Very interesting how they used the whole biblical aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, almost barely none. Almost barely no movies use biblical, aspects to describe like werewolves or anything like that, and how they were made or whatnot. They only use it mostly with vampires because they got the whole cross thing.
Right.
But this was a cool twist with the silver and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Using, instead of having the body transform, making a cocoon around the original body into the wolf was kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was neat. I said, I thought it was a neat concept.
The story itself was kind of meh.
Yeah, I started yawning a little bit, like in the beginning of the third act, before everything, like the final battle.
Yeah, because technically, because the second act was kind of like very slow.
Yeah.
Like you got the first spot, like, and plus the movie, in the beginning, it almost got you a little bit confused because you didn't know what type of movie you were watching.
I knew from the beginning. Like, it hit me from the beginning. And the reason why was you were clearly in the moors of the English countryside,
Mm-hmm.
which spells werewolf, like, usually in every instance. Even American Werewolf in London starts in the moors.
Yeah, not gonna lie with that one.
So, you know, that was pretty stereotypical there. And the minute I saw, when the Romani woman in the beginning says, you know, it's time, there's a storm coming. Like, she could sense that there was going to be an attack. This was the Romani woman in the beginning. This was the part that got glossed over before, is, she says, I sense a storm coming, meaning, you know, something bad was going to happen to their encampment, which happened to be on their land that this well-to-do English land owner claims is his. You know, much like would happen. Yeah, the English stole it.
Even the God-fearing priest was like, we can steal their land. I was like, wow!
Yeah, unfortunately, the Romani were not treated very well throughout history, and still aren't, to be completely honest, in European countries. So anyway, so she gives this box of the silver coins over to, I'm assuming was her son, or maybe her husband, or just the elder of
I'm thinking
the
it might have
tribe.
been her son, possibly.
And he melts them down and turns them into the silver dentures. And the minute I saw the silver dentures, the way that the canines were, and the inscriptions, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a werewolf movie. So, you know, that's when it clicked, and like, for a hot second, I was like, maybe not, and then I was like, nope, this is definitely a werewolf movie.
Excuse me, people, I'm like holding my phone, so don't
Yeah,
worry.
sorry. We're in the car.
We're trying to keep this fresh.
Hopefully, you're not hearing the purring of my engine. But anyway, so yeah. It was, so then the English landowner and his buddies decide to eradicate and kill every single last Romani person in the tribe to take their land back. And they make an example and turn the son / elder of the tribe that we see in the silver exchange into a really messed up scarecrow.
Yeah, chopped off his feet, his hands, stuffed it with hay.
Yeah, and like
covered his face.
Basically like a bastardized crucifixion.
Yeah.
Which also goes with the 30 pieces of silver.
Correct. Which was right underneath, which was cool.
So then they get the woman who tells them, oh, you're cursed, you'll, you'll be sorry,
yep.
This will mean your death, and they bury her alive with the silver teeth underneath the scarecrow.
Yep.
AKA her son.
And then it kind of goes from there, little cat and mouse game.
Yep. There's dreams that happen, and
basically everybody on the land. Yeah.
Anyone on the land and who was a part of that thing has these dreams about the scarecrow and uncovering the silver teeth and this, that, and the other thing, and eventually it all bites them in the ass.
Literally. Oh my god, you really did that joke.
I totally did.
Oh gosh.
As far as the production of the movie, I really liked the cinematography. It helped to establish that
Sean Ellis, that
creepy vibe. It really, you didn't forget you were on the English moors with all the fog.
Yeah.
And it was quite neat. I liked the fact that you never got a full-on glimpse of the wolf all the way until the end. I kind of liked how they did that. Kind of like how M. Night Shyamalan did with the aliens in Signs. Also, don't hate me, underrated movie. I enjoyed that movie.
No, I like Signs. I just didn't like The Village.
No, The Village is weird. The Village was totally ripped off of a young adult novel, by the way.
Wow!
No, I'm
that makes so much sense.
I'm not even kidding. It's a novel called Running Out of Time.
Oh my god!
Yep, I had to teach it when I was student teaching back in the day, and it is The Village essentially.
That's horrible.
Minus the monsters.
Wow! What a twist!
What a twist!
I see you, M. Night Shyamalan,
Oh
Ding Dong.
man! Anyway, so Shyamalan Ding Dong. Okay, so what are we gonna rate this?
I'm
gonna give it a 7.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
All right, so we're gonna give it a 7.
I'm gonna give it a 7. It's worth seeing.
Yeah.
If it definitely has high suspense. Again, it's a nice, different take on the werewolf myth.
And go to the and go to the theater to watch this. Just give support to a movie like this because it's different, and you know most people don't like different. I mean, look at what happened with the Last Duel. People didn't even go to the theater and see it, and it looks like a really amazing movie. It's unfortunate that I didn't get to make it to the theater to see it. And I heard it was great. I wish I was able to support it. So go to the theater to support it if you can, and if you're comfortable, that is. We went on Tuesday. We went on Tuesday, and it was a $5. It was like what the discount $5.
Yeah, the
thing.
discount movie nights because we're Stubbs members.
Yeah. But yeah, go to your local theater to check it out. Support the movie. At least see it once. It's something to at least see once.
Ooh, excuse me.
It's getting late, so we're gonna keep it real,
and we're gonna keep it spooky.
But as always, we're gonna keep it real spooky. We will see you guys next weekend. People are looking at us weird.
Good night.
Bye.